The Glavan Ford Locker Room Show is taking us inside of media at CCCHS as we're joined by Levi Nordhus. Levi has taken over the media business program, if you will. I'm going to let him explain a little bit more about that. But for those who watch Tiger Sports at home, and I've heard comments from several about how the score is nice, seeing the clock and having everything going, and you're hurting attendance, I think, at times because they enjoy sitting at home and watching. But Levi, give us an idea where you come from and how you got to Clay Center real quick.
All right. So I'm originally from Marysville, so I'm very familiar with Clay Center. So this is my second year teaching. I taught over in Osawatomie last year over by Ottawa. It was a good place. I learned a lot, got a lot of experiences. But the biggest thing was I was away from family. Financially, it was kind of hard because I had to live in KC, which is a little pricey. But my cooperating teacher, actually, that I student taught with at Rock Creek, he is now living here in Clay Center. He's training to be a CFO at a local bank here. And Mrs. Gearhan reached out to him, and then he kind of let me know, and so I got to come here. I love the video side of the world with everything with sports media. I got to do a little bit of that in high school, and then with FBLA a little bit. So I'm just super excited for the opportunities I got to, endeavor in here. So.
The program itself for our viewers, give them an idea of how the students are involved. I know they're here on game nights, but what are some of the things you guys are putting into production or teaching the students?
All right, so kind of where we're shifting to this semester. I want to start doing not necessarily a podcast, but kind of like a weekly news thing. I know we used to have a Tiger News like weekly. We're going to try to bring that back with the video, the live streaming. Every kid has to do it at a different time, but we got some different technology that gets us that opportunity to do the cool scoreboard. I know we've tried live interviews a couple times. That's a little harder to do, and everything has to kind of work perfectly. But we practice a lot of that the day of, like a game for today. Like I know in class we're going to come into the gym, set up, go through all the procedures for anyone that's helping, kind of thing. And that's what we do most of the time, and then we'll spend a little bit of time on iMovie, using our Mac desktops and kind of messing around with that. So a lot of different things, but they all learn well. So,
how excited are you and the program about the video board that's coming into the Tigers Den? They're trying to maybe make it happen before the end of the season. Whether that happens or not, I know the future is going to be fun for you guys, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. I know my last year, before I graduated Marysville back in 2019, we were fortunate to get one. And I don't know everything about it, but I know there's a lot of cool things you can do, especially with advertising, get a showcase what's going on in the community. So there's a lot of opportunities for us, and I'm super excited to see what we can bring to the table with it.
And one last thing, Levi, the school partners with businesses in the community. Maybe give a little insight on what that's about, and I know there's certain criteria you need to meet for different grants and different things that you work for. For those who haven't been around this, give them an idea.
I know the school has a lot of internships. With the video side, where it's my first year, I'm kind of slow about it, but in the future, we would like to be able to keep going and, going out to the different businesses, making, commercials, ads, and then depending on how everything goes with the video board and what we can do, maybe potentially, using some of that we make within the classroom. Like I said, with this being my first year here, I'm kind of taking it slow because I don't want to jump into too much and then all kind of backfire and not be able to produce what I have imagined. But that's kind of the future plan, and try to keep that going from what Mrs. Gearhan had in the past. So.
Well, it makes sense to go slow. One last note, here at the home of the Tigers, I know Marysville Clay Center's a good rivalry. What's it been like? You get much ribbing from the people that you left?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I know I get to talk to some of them here and there. And I know even coaching middle school basketball, I know the one game we had there, I don't know how many, of my old teachers, just people I knew came and was like, hey, you need to get back here. And I was like, I think this is my home right now, and I'm going to stick here. And, not too much negative about it. A lot of people appreciate what I'm doing. And everyone back home from Marysville is pretty supportive, so I am thankful for that. It is hard to kind of root for the Tigers sometimes, but I'm pretty confident in doing it. And I'm kind of, now I'm a Tiger, so I'm going to stay a Tiger is kind of the idea. So.
You answered that very, very politically well. I mean, it's a good answer. Levi, we do appreciate the work you guys are doing, and keep up the good work. Excited to see the future of what the program will have. That's Levi Nordhus with us on the Glavan Ford Locker Room Show.